Hello y'all, I am making this Vietnamese traditional New Year recipe today. I know it is not New Year, but it's the beauty of knowing how to make it that I can make this any time of the year. I'm making braised pork and egg, or Vietnamese thịt kho. I am Melanie and welcome to Fish Sauce Mama. If you enjoy this video, subscribe and turn on the bell for weekly Vietnamese, Asian home cook, gardening and more. So first of all, you're gonna need a lot of eggs. My family eats a lot of eggs. I don't even want to get into it. So this is like a dozen and a half of eggs. Bring it to boil. It's gonna be a hard boil, so boil it however long you want. I'm gonna do for 20 minutes. So that's been 20 minutes. I'm going to take it out and drain out the hot water and add it into this cold water here. It's just tap water, and I'm going to use the same pot. Just add me about 3 inches of water in there. I'm going to bring this to boil. And in here I'm going to add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of white vinegar. I'm going to clean out the meat. I am making this with the pork butt today, and the traditional Vietnamese recipe is usually we cook it with the pork belly, and I feel like it's a little bit extra fat that I need. It was frozen, and I just kind of cut it up into like 2 inches and set it aside. This was the meat from my spare ribs that I skinned off. I used the bone to make the soup, and this one I'm just gonna throw it in for this braised. This is about 4 pounds. In the meantime, the water is boiled, so I'm going to add all the meat in and let it sit in there and have this sour bath for about a couple of minutes after it's all bubbly up and foam up. Get everybody in there and submerge. Make some room for everybody. While it's bubbling there, let it sit there for about a couple of minutes and then turn off the heat. I didn't want it to be super boily, so I turned it down so that it's medium heat right now. But just kind of get everybody a little nice washed off, and then we're just gonna take this off real quick. I don't want to boil this too long, and all the flavor in the meat to be gone with the dirty water. So that's it. I'm going to drain this out. This also remove all that smell, that pork smell that you usually get when you cook. I don't know if you ever noticed, but this vinegar will help remove all that. And you see all these crevices that has a little gunky or impurities that stuck in there. I'm gonna wash all that. This will save me a lot of time when I cook. You know, I'm not having to like strain it out every single 5 minutes. It's for the little bits and pieces. So all that is done. Crank it on high heat on a large wok or a large pan. In here I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of sugar and about 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm going to make this nice caramel color, because without this color the pork will just be white, so we like some color in there. And a handful of garlic. This is about 5 to 6 cloves. Set it aside. And a couple of chilies. Whilst that is bubbling there, it's bubbly up and a brown color started nicely. And I'm just gonna add my meat in here and give a quick stir around to get everybody a little bit of color. And then just throw in my garlic and my chili. In here, I'm going to cover it up with just water, just about 2/3 of the way, and then I'm going to add some coconut juice. You can do regular coconut juice, the coconut or the coconut cooking soda. Today I feel like a baller, so I am going to add me some real coconut juice. It was about a cup of coconut juice. This will add some sweetness to it. And in here I add about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of chicken powder, and 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. In the meantime, peel your eggs. I have a really good luck time this time because my egg peeling technique is just usually not good. The Boston's butt gives me this tenderness, but it also has a lot more meat than the belly meat, so I don't feel too guilty about this. It's gonna be very eggy. Look at that. Look at that. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna eat it anyways. One day I will master this egg peeling thing because I've tried all different ways. So get it all submerged and then cover with a lid. I'm going to set this for an hour with medium to medium low. So just kind of simmer it like that. So this is about 20 minutes in, and look at that, still bubbling, simmering. Just want to show you what it looks like if it doesn't cover up in water. So what you do is you just occasionally you just kind of turn around this egg. These will continue to dry out and kind of make it chewy, but once in a while you turn them up or turn the meat around like this. Keep it in the juice. One will help it cook and evenly, the flavor is distributed evenly. And 2, prevent it from turning brown on just one side. And just let it continue to simmer for until it's kind of caramelized up, where you see there's not much water left, maybe like 1/2 inch in here, and I think it'll be good, like an hour and a half max. So after an hour, this is all good, and this should be about halfway to a quarter way left of the juice. I added in another tablespoon of fish sauce and give it a quick swirl. And here it is. Add me some fresh chili in here. And I pair this with white rice. This is one of the dishes that I eat, or we eat during the New Year, but you can look see around the outside. It has a nice brown color. My daughter actually keep calling this a brown egg. She keep asking, "Mommy, do you have any brown egg and gum?" Which means brown egg and rice. And I have to make a lot of these, and I put it in the freezer, and I just pop them out in the microwave, defrost and microwave them up, and it was perfectly great. And I'm able to just feed her anytime she wants to eat it. And the meat is so tender because of all the fattening between. Most of the fat kind of like help the meat kind of fall apart easily, but it still has a lot of meat in there. So that is, I don't know what else you can pair this with. Sometimes I pair this with bread, just toasted bread, or I would just make it into a roll with some nice bean sprout, pickled bean sprout, and garlic chive. I love this so much that it's very often I cook this recipe. This might take a couple of hours to cook, but this will last me a few days, so it's super worth it. And I can have my New Year food any time of the year. I hope you enjoy this authentic Vietnamese braised pork and eggs recipe. Give it a thumbs up to let me know, and subscribe to my channel for future weekly Vietnamese, Asian home cooked, gardening, and more. Have a great day, and bye bye.